Hey guys, G here. Welcome back to Luna Geckos. You know what? It's hurricane season, and we wanted to make sure that you were prepared to save your reptiles. Alright, so it was just a fan. That was my Jim Cantori impression. Who knows? Maybe I have a future at the Weather Channel. Watch out, Jim. A lot of you are thinking, gee, I don't live where we have hurricanes. You know what? It's summer, and a lot of natural disasters can happen. Things like tornadoes, floods, severe storms, wildfires, volcano eruptions. Now, I don't know a whole lot about volcanoes, but I did watch Dante's Peak 7 times. And what about the man-made disasters, like rolling blackouts? Yeah, gotta be prepared to save your reptiles. So listen to the intro, and when we get back, we'll get into it.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
We're back. You know what we're not going to talk about today? We're not going to talk about how to save yourself or your family during a natural disaster. There are plenty of videos that you can watch to learn those things. Things like having an axe or a chainsaw to get out of your attic if you get trapped during a flood or storm surge, or a hammer to build an ark. We just can't build an ark. Lumber costs too much. And I don't even know what a cubic is. So how am I going to build an ark? You know what we are going to talk about today? The 7 P's. That's right. The rule of 7 P's. Do you know what that is? If there are kids in the room, earmuffs. The 7 P's, proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance. Count them up. 7 of them. I'll say it again. Proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance. Okay, you can take the earmuffs off now, and we're going to talk about what you need to do to be prepared to save your reptiles. You're going to want to make sure you have food. Now, depending on the species you keep, your food needs might be different. We always have extra Pangea for our new cows. Lots of mealworms in the fridge. Dubias and crickets in the rack. And food for the feeders. You know what you can't count on? You can't count on your local pet store to be open after a disaster. And I certainly wouldn't rely on delivery. It's not business as usual. So plan ahead and have extra on hand just in case. Of course, you gotta have water, so make sure you have extra on hand. Save some containers, keep them full, just in case. You never know, water service could be disrupted in a natural disaster, and there might be a boil order, and if you don't have power, you might not be able to boil it. So have it on hand, have it ready, and even fill up that bathtub, just in case. How about shelter? Yep. Now hopefully they'll be able to stay in their enclosure or in their rack, but you never know. And if worse comes to worse, you might have to evacuate. So be ready to get your animals to safety. It's a good idea to have a few of these things on hand all the time. Deli cups or snake bags, depending on what you have. Insulated shipping boxes. It's a lot easier to pack them up and put them in boxes than it is to try to move all their enclosures. Some temporary housing when you get where you're going. Now, it doesn't have to be luxury, but it's better than a deli cup. We always have extra 6-quart Sterlites on hand. We can just throw them in a box and head out. And when you get where you're going, you gotta feed them. Disposable food dishes. Might not be able to wash dishes. How about heat packs and cold packs? Think ahead. Now, a big part of shelter, and one of the trickiest things to deal with when it comes to reptiles, is maintaining temperatures. We did an entire video when we had the unprecedented freeze here in the South this winter. You can watch it. But summer disasters present a more difficult problem: heat. It's a lot easier to warm things up than it is to cool them down. So it's a good idea, if you can afford it, to have a backup generator. And make sure you have power cords to get to the reptile room. Now, if you can't afford a generator, there's some alternatives. A lot of cars these days come with an inverter plug already built in, but make sure you know how much power you can draw off of it and what exactly you plan to use it for. If your car doesn't have one of those, you can make your car a generator. You just need a power inverter. Something like this. 500 watts, plugs right into your car cigarette lighter, and has regular outlets to power things in a reptile room. Again, make sure you have a long enough extension cord to get from your car to what you need to power. Now, depending on the size, these aren't going to run everything, so you have to decide what you're going to use and what you're not going to use. Cooling off is a hard thing to do. It takes a lot of power. So it's not a bad idea to have a portable air conditioner, just in case. But you got to make sure you get a big enough generator to run it. Some other good things to have around: light. What if the power goes out in the middle of the night? Yeah, you got a generator, but you got to be able to see to get it going. Make sure you have batteries. Always have batteries. And make sure they're the right size. And it's always a good idea to have a fan. So there you go. How to be prepared to save your reptiles. You know what? This video wasn't designed to be an all-inclusive list. Sure, it covers some of the basics, but more than anything, it was designed to be thought-provoking and hopefully motivational. So you get off your butt and do some planning now. Don't wait till it's too late and you have to scramble. Because if you wait until the disaster occurs or is about to occur, like a hurricane, getting supplies and the things you need, it's going to be like Black Friday. So be smart, be prepared, and be safe. If you have any tips or ideas or even experience that can help the reptile community, leave it in the comments. So if you like this video, please like it, share it with your friends, comment down below, and above all, hit that subscribe button and ring that notify bell so you don't miss content like this. You know what you'll never miss? Yeah, you know, Sunday. That's right, every Sunday right here on Luna's channel, new episode. And don't forget the merch, lunageckos.shop. So until next time, I'm G, that's Handy Dandy. Miss Poppy Dog's not here today. It's her birthday. She's having a spa day. So you get Mr. Mellow instead. See ya.
It sound right, boy.